Wet weather, the great equaliser as it is called by many, and often the conditions in which the best drives occur. 2016 Brazil, 2008 Britain and 2011 Canada all are some of the best races in F1 history, and these are also drives where drivers show their true talent and conditions where some drivers shine. So we must ask, who is the wet weather GOAT? First, I know this may be an odd choice, but Lance Stroll, although he's not the best on this list, I feel like he needs some more recognition. A good example is 2017 Monza, in a Williams that was not the best in the midfield, but in the rain, Lance put it onto the front row. Or even in the 2020 season, where in Turkey he put the car onto pole, where some of the best drivers in F1 history couldn't even get within 5 seconds of him on the slippery track. Then we have drivers who may be considered to be the best in F1 history. Lewis Hamilton is often considered to be one of the best wet weather drivers due to drives such as Silverstone 2008, where he finished a minute ahead of the field in the rain. The 2018 German Grand Prix, where he came on 14th on the grid to win in wet conditions, whilst many others spun off, such as Sebastian Vettel. Yes, I know that is not the best transition, but it still works. Sebastian Vettel is a 4-time world champion and a man who dominated F1 in the early 2010s, and he had his first win in 2008, and this was at a soaked Monza when in a Toro Rosso, which is now AlphaTauri, he led lights to flag in a back marker team and dominated the race completely. Also of note is the 2020 Turkish Grand Prix, where he managed to get a podium in the midfield to back marker Ferrari, where many cars, including Bottas, in potentially the best car ever made, spun constantly on a slippery wet track. Oh, and this is also Vettel's spinning era as well, so that makes it even more impressive. We have a young talent on this list, and this driver is on theme for this current racing weekend. So that's already dated the video, good job. Max Verstappen is seen to be the F1 driver with the most natural speed. He displayed this in his second season, 2016 Brazil, when he was only 18 years old. During the race, Verstappen found new lines on the soaked track and made up so much time, such as at turn 3, when he hung the car around the outside of Rosberg to overtake him, and that famous save where he faced the wall and looked to hit it head on before saving the car. We now speak about retired drivers who are also considered greats of F1. Ayrton Senna is the other driver, along with Verstappen, who is considered to have the most natural pace in F1 history. He proved this at the 1984 Monaco Grand Prix, when he looked to win the race in a back marker car until the red flag was flown due to the rain, or his maiden win, which came at the 1985 Portuguese Grand Prix, where he took pole by over 4/10 of a second and went to win by over a minute from the rest of the field, which only had 9 drivers total finishing, whilst 15 drivers retired in the rain. There is also Michael Schumacher, who is considered to be one of the best drivers in F1 history, and he proved himself in the wet as well as the dry. In the 1996 Spanish Grand Prix, he won the race in a Ferrari that was awful by 45 seconds over Jean Alesi and was one of only 6 cars to finish the race. He often dominated races in wet or dry, and he won in the wet with a win rate of 36% in the rain. But if we want to speak about statistics, Senna has won the most races which he has competed in, with an insane 59% of races won by him that he has competed in the rain. But Schumacher has the most wet wins of anybody, with a total of 16 out of 44 races won in the wet. One name that you might not expect on here is Jenson Button, who only won 15 races in his career, but he won 7 of those in the wet, including 2011 Canada, where he was last halfway through the race and won it in the rain. So, those are the drivers who can be considered to be the best wet weather drivers of all time, and now it's up to you to decide who's the best. If you have enjoyed, like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.